plus free parking and all the amazing fair fun you've come to love over the years. Come on, let's all smile together at the Florida State Fair, February 8th through the 19th. Discounted advance tickets on sale at participating Wawa stores.
Hi, this is Paul Malloy, host of Freedom Works, The Paul Malloy Show. I hope you'll join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, here on the TAN Talk Radio Network, where we strive to bring you the libertarian perspective on political events of the day. There's no show quite like Freedom Works, with in-depth interviews, our ultimate top 10 list, and so much more. So join us for Freedom Works, The Paul Malloy Show, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. here on the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Initialize sequence.
Hi, this is Pam Tillis. Hi, I'm Gina Lee Nolan. Hey, everyone, I'm Cassie Skirbo.
Hey, what up, you guys? It's your girl, Vivica Fox.
I'm Kathleen Gatty from General Hospital.
Hello, I'm Butch Patrick. Don Snyder.
Hey, this is Jason Thompson from The Young and the Restless. Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle.
Hey, this is Fran Capra, the Guinness Book of World Records fastest talking woman.
Get connected on Hollywood Connections, sponsored by sunkisscharters.com, every Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. right here on the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Tune in Saturdays from 3 to 5 p.m. for Miss Sarah's Dynamic Gospel Power Show. That's 2 hours of great gospel music every Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. All brought to you by the Ozona Pig Restaurant in Ozona. Yes, that's every Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. It's Miss Sarah's Dynamic Gospel Power Show. Tune in on the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Got to be safe. You got to be safe.
Don't turn it off now. You need this stuff. Tampa Bay's TAN Talk Radio Network.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break.
It's time to work on becoming an actor with David Sarkuza. David started his acting, screenwriting, and movie production career in 2021, producing his first full-length feature film, which he wrote, produced, and starred in The Uncivil War, America Divided, within a year of entering the business. And he's the host of Becoming an Actor on the TAN Talk Radio Network. Now, here's your local, not yet famous, not quite Hollywood star, David Sarkuza.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows.
Hello, everybody. This is Zachary Vasquez, and I have in the studio with me Lexi Baca.
Hello.
And unfortunately, you're stuck with us today because David Sarkuza he's doing big things, so he's out of state. So we are here in the studio. We're going to talk about becoming an actor. If you have any questions out there, our listeners, don't be shy to call in. Don't be shy to send a message. That's what we're here for.
Hello, everybody. You're watching. We're on Facebook Live as well.
Absolutely. Yep. Facebook Live from Lexi's account.
Yes.
And welcome once again to Becoming an Actor. So, Lexi looking amazing as always.
Trying.
We got caught in traffic on the way here, but we made the cutoff, and that's what matters.
That's right. We got here in time.
So let's get started.
So what are you working on?
Right now, I tell you what, this has been an insane week. Like, it seems like, I don't know if it's because of Gasparilla going on in the area or what, but everybody wants to do events and appearances and
it's only
shoots.
January.
Oh yeah, we are definitely 2024 is up and running full speed ahead. And no, I've been actually last week I had to get my motorcycle license because
that's so fun.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Ironically, the very first 3 roles that I booked this year are all bikers. Never been booked as a biker in my life. And now it's like, okay, well, if I'm going to be a biker, I better go get my license because this is not just, drive around in circles in the parking lot. You gotta
and so you got it? You went to Harley Davidson?
Absolutely, yes. It was fun. Great experience. It was cold though, because we had a cold week here in Tampa Bay, but 7 a.m. on a motorcycle and 40-degree weather isn't fun, but
you got your license now.
That's all that matters.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's great.
It was a great experience.
How
it was cool.
Fun. Yeah, that's exciting. Motorcycles.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's the thing. Anytime you're preparing for a role, I mean, it's like if I got cast as a cowboy, I'd be like, hey, I need to get on a horse next week ASAP to build up my skills because it's. People call it method acting, but I mean, not really, because if you're cast to do this specific type of thing, you better be able to do it. I mean,
that's true.
You can only act so much before you actually have to walk the walk and actually really do it. For real.
It's very true. So there you go. Zach can ride motorcycles now, guys.
Oh yeah, see, if anybody needs more bikers, I mean, I got 3 rolls so far. I mean, hey, I'm ready. I mean,
That's awesome.
That's why we do it.
Yay!
So how about you? Any exciting experiences on set?
So I just filmed this past weekend in Orlando, which was a lot of fun. It's a short film called Valentine's Day, and we got to bring my dog. So that was exciting, being able to film with the puppy. So it was a lot of fun. He did so good.
Wow, is that the first time you brought your dog on set?
He did so good. So now I want to look into being able to, to have, if they have roles and they need a dog, being able to apply for that.
Nice.
For him,
Did he have him do tricks and stuff, or just hang out?
No, I mean, he jumped on the bench we were sitting on, which was good. Just being able to sit and stay, and
that's awesome.
It was so good. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
That is cool. I've always wanted to get my cat in a scene with me. He's a unique looking cat. See, look, he's my screensaver. There he goes. So
let's show everybody here. Can you see him?
That? He's one of those werewolf cats. So he's got a unique look. It'd be great for I don't know, some kind of monster movie or something. It'd be perfect. But cats are not like dogs. They're not gonna listen. They're just gonna do whatever they want. And be like,
that's true.
Sorry, guys, we gotta wait here all day until the cat gets in the mode to do what we need it
to do. Dogs are a lot easier, I feel like.
But it's tricky anytime you got to work with animals. I mean, I remember when I was on set right here at Clearwater Marine Aquarium, they had Wind to the Dolphin, and it's not easy when you have any kind of animal to get them to.
You pretty much are on their time and their schedule.
Oh yeah, so it's
same animals and children.
Yep,
they say.
They always say if you're going to be on set and there's animals or little kids involved, you better be ready to have a long day because it might be perfect, it might go easy, but then at the same time,
you never know.
It might not go so smooth.
That's
so
true.
You got to be very patient with that stuff. That's awesome. So what else do you have coming up?
What else? I have a couple other short films that I'm helping direct too, so that will be fun. Yeah, I found a new love for directing. I don't know. I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've never directed before.
No.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
do you
fun.
like it?
I do. I do. Yeah.
It's exciting.
So I have that coming up. What else? Trying to think when I'm filming. I have a movie on Sunday.
Really?
For the Tampa Film Festival. Yep.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. Yeah. And what do you have something coming up too this weekend?
This weekend, yes. So I did this film called Melt on This Music with a great filmmaker and actress, Daisy Del Toro. Yes.
Yay.
And we've got a red carpet event this Saturday in Orlando.
There you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody the information.
That'll be fun.
Here. Yeah, no, I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be.
Is it? You're gonna watch the movie?
Yes, they're doing a screening, so it's not a premiere. It's a screening because they want to get feedback from whoever attends on, distribution and all that. Yep. So, just makes the whole thing better. So it is called Melt on This Music, and I actually have the pleasure of playing Daisy's husband in this film.
Oh.
So the event's going to be, it's a red carpet event at 6 p.m. It's at Touch Star Cinemas, South Chase 7, which is at 12441 South Orange Blossom Trail. Very nice. It's a really cool movie. It's about basically the entertainment industry here in Florida. And, I'm really glad I got to play the type of character they did. So I'm basically the husband that doesn't approve of the wife chasing her dreams. And I know us as entertainers and as actors, not everybody understands everything involved in this, and they don't always support it. And
it's very true, especially in the industry. You have to have supportive friends and family by your side, because if you don't, it's very hard.
Yeah, so
to do it.
And I'm sure if you're married to someone and you have children with them, then it's like a whole nother level of support that you need. It's not just a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or family members or friends. Because. It's a tough industry. So if you don't have that support,
it's so true.
It's like you just got to ride solo, because it's like if I'm not going to have positive words in my ear, then it's better to not have anything and just have the positivity come from within,
It's so true. You have to have positive people in your life, because it is hard without that positive
it's
feedback.
Just lots of naysayers, because you'll tell them, it's like I compare it to if I won $20,000 in the lottery. Someone would say, well, why didn't you win 50,000? Really? Why aren't you going to give me credit for the 20,000 I won? So you have to listen really closely to how people respond to what your accomplishments are in this industry. So that way you know who's truly in your circle and who's just
there for
gossip, basically.
Yeah.
Or to try to bring you down. And it's a tough business. I mean, there's a lot of sacrifice involved. So
there is. You miss a lot of events, a lot of birthdays. You miss a lot of different things.
Oh yeah.
Just because, if you have to film. But
I always tell people like my life's on call. Yeah. It's like a lot of times you don't get
never know
till like the last minute on a lot of this stuff. So you're just like, okay, my life's up in here. Yeah. See who we got commenting.
Oh, let's see. Keep the tribe tight, so to say. Oh,
absolutely.
There you go.
You know it. Hey.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
Yeah. It's very important.
And I feel like it's especially in Florida, like everyone, we all know each other. We all, we see each other on the same set. So it's awesome when you have that group of actors and actresses that are friends and, you're
definitely.
Yeah.
It's like you have to have, I feel like, it just takes one to know one. That's what it comes down to. Have you been in relationships before where they didn't support your goals?
I have. Yeah. And it's very, very tough.
Yeah.
It is very tough, to be with someone, it's like, I don't want to date an actress. I want someone who's, I don't know, normal or who, is at home. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard because it's, if you love someone, it's like, do you stay or do you want someone that wants you to conquer your dreams?
Absolutely.
We all have a dream. We all have a goal, especially in this industry. Someone might be, I want to be in a Hallmark or I want to be in a Lifetime, and you're not going to stop till you get there.
Or Star Wars.
Exactly. That's my goal, and I'm not going to stop until I can get it. This year, they're filming. I'm ready.
The good thing is now getting into Star Wars seems a lot easier than before.
So easy.
Because there's so much content that's being shot now for that. So.
Oh, this year they're filming.
I know, right? That's exciting.
I know they're starting to film the new series too in April. So.
Yeah, so it's it's like I'm sure everybody and their brother that's ever got into acting wants to be in Star Wars. That's the hard part. Like,
it's true.
Who wouldn't want to be in Star Wars? It's so cool.
What's your goal? Where do you?
My goal, man. I just I like being working. Like keeping busy is what it's about. Because if I go into a spell where I'm not busy, I'm like, what am I doing with myself? Is this the right thing for me? Like blah, blah, blah. So as long as I stay busy all the time, sometimes I'm biting off more than what I can chew. Yeah. Like for example, this weekend is going to be crazy because I'll show my face for the red carpet event. But at the same time, I'm doing a film where I'm a lead role in that film. And then I'm got to be on a plane for Vegas first thing Monday morning.
See,
to go make this other shoot that I'm involved in. So yeah, this is going to be
tough.
This is going to be a hectic week,
and it's hard because people will be like, "How can you keep it?" Like usually, if you film a different movie every weekend, like how do you keep them separate? How do you learn the different lines for each movie?
Yeah.
What do you do for that?
How do I prepare?
Yeah. How do you know get your lines right for a different film?
I've learned that if I have like a lot of dialogue or something, I'll write it down. And I feel like when I write it. Like it does something where it sticks a lot easier. I'm almost like Bart Simpson on the chalkboard. If I write this thing a million times, like it's gonna stick. And it usually does. Yeah.
For me, I have to say it. Repetition for me. Just keep saying it over and over, and it's really helpful when I have someone to go over the lines with too, and that repetition back and forth.
That's always the hard part is getting a reader with a lot of
trying to find somebody. That's why you need to have that positive circle because you'll have someone like, oh yeah, I'll read with you.
Yep. Because they'll be like, you always complain like, oh, it's not stable or this or that or blah, blah, blah. It's like, you don't get it, you got to
It's tough, the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. But, it's like anything else. You get what you put into it. It's like.
It's so true.
I always compare all this stuff to the gym or rehab or anything. It's like whatever you put into it, you're going to get results. It's just it doesn't happen overnight. That's for sure. So if you want to get into acting, you got to understand in the back of your mind, you can't just be, hey, I did 3 auditions and I didn't get anything, so I'm going to drop out. You just have to keep pounding the rock, and sooner or later something's going to break through, and that's key.
Exactly. Never stop, never quit. There's always castings out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like even before coming into this room, I had a good friend send me 2 castings right now that they have going on, and they just see them on Facebook and then send them, so I mean, there's always castings. So always look on, the different sites and keep applying because you never know.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
That's the good thing about social media in this day and age. It has made it so much easier to be able to apply for this stuff. Because I remember back in the day before social media, you couldn't even find any of these castings, let alone get your foot in any of these doors without having an agent.
Exactly.
There's no self-submitting stuff going on because you weren't told about it.
Exactly. So that's why it's nice for everybody that you don't. I mean, yes, agents are amazing, but sometimes you don't even have to have an agent when you're first starting to get into the business. You can get a couple movie roles, see how you like it, and then, grow into get an agent.
No, absolutely.
So it's nice.
Yeah, no, it's and I remember way back in the day, even like with modeling, like you had to go into the actual office with your freaking
Agency,
book.
yeah.
You weren't even emailing images back in the day. You had a freaking modeling book. It was like you had to show in and like flip the pages. Like,
yeah,
this is a long time ago. Some
exactly.
people like, they barely even have printed photos of themselves nowadays. Everything's like gone
and now
digital.
it's just which is awesome. Like here, send it through an email.
Just one click and boom, you got all my stuff. I'm not having to go to CVS and print a million things. I remember those days. Yeah, you had to staple your headshot. I don't know the last time I went to an audition where I had to like show up with a physical headshot with a resume stapled to it. Like,
exactly. It's been a long time. That's why it's nice now.
No, it makes life a lot easier.
Oh, it really does. So true.
But that's why if you're just getting into this, it is. I think it's a lot easier to get into this now than what it was.
I agree.
10, 15 years ago.
Yep.
I don't know how long Facebook's been around, but yeah.
So true. Everything's online.
Yep.
And you have all the different sites, Actors Access, Backstage, Casting Networks. These are all big sites that you don't have to have an agent to apply to.
Yeah. It's a digital age. Even like magazines, like you don't see as many magazines in the newsstands like you used to.
It's true.
There's just no need for it. Save the trees, save the paper.
Save the trees.
Right? That's the way to do it.
Yes.
But yeah.
I have someone here that says they wish they still had in-person interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg. Yeah. And sometimes it is nice because it's harder to be able to show your true personality on a videotape than in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I do miss that because being able to be, bubbly and energetic, sometimes it is hard to videotape yourself being like that.
No, definitely. But I feel like, it's maybe for like a callback, it should be in person for sure.
Yeah.
But to at least break the ice, ideally, I think, it would be good to have both. Like you break the ice with whatever the online stuff is. And then, hey, we're interested. Can you show up for a callback face to face so we can see how you look, in person and what your personality's like. So, yeah, I do like the in-person interviews, but the hard part is when you got to travel like from here to Miami or something. And it's
yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, I remember the last callback I had in Miami. I had to go. The actual audition was in person, so I had to drive all the way down to Miami for the in person. Then I got a call back, so I had to drive all the way to Miami again for the callback, and then I didn't book it. I'm like, great, I just drove to Miami 2 times, and then book it. It's like
these are risks we got to take.
You just got to take the good with the bad, And then sometimes you just get a direct booking where you didn't even audition. You're like, hey, we got this thing for you next week. Okay, perfect. So
that's true.
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's like, oh man, what am I doing?
Yeah.
It ain't easy, but I tell people if you're gonna do it, you better love it, cause
you do have to love it.
Love the good and the bad, the highs and the lows, and just enjoy the ride. And when you get the good stuff, it's like, this is all worth it.
It's
but
true.
You can't get the good stuff without going through this growing pain process.
Yeah. And don't give up if you get a no, when you get turned down,
Yeah.
We all get turned down. But you just have to think, that role was not meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell myself. That's okay. That role wasn't meant for me. So there's going to be another one.
Not even The Rock books every role. So you see what I'm saying? So you got to look at it that way. Like, it's almost like a numbers game. Like, you're not going to stop playing the lottery if you're addicted to buying lottery tickets just because you didn't win this time.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Still gotta keep going, keep trying.
It's like I put myself in the mentality where once I've submitted my audition, it's like, all right, what's next? What's the next audition?
Yep.
What's the next
and you
shoot?
kind of forget about it. You let it go.
It's like people are like, well, did you hear anything back from this and that? I'm like, man, I don't even remember when that was. I'm already like on to the next thing because I can't sit there and worry about what was already done. I did my part. I submitted it. The agent gave me my feedback on it. It's like, okay, let's go on to the next.
Yeah.
If they call you back, then it's all right. Now we can revisit it. But otherwise, you got to understand, we'll be getting bombarded with auditions, all these auditions at the same time. So you can't be worried about the ones you've already done when you've got all these other ones you have to memorize. And that's the thing. Here in Florida, you have to have these auditions memorized, all the pages. I think in LA, you're allowed to have the paper in your hand.
Is this in person or when you're doing a self-tape?
Self-tapes.
Oh, self-tape.
Yeah. So, you can have the script still, but
just don't make it look like you're reading off the page.
Yeah.
What you're saying. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's definitely like they prefer you to be off book in this state.
Definitely. And always have that basic color background behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Very important.
It's like a blue or like a light gray.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of times they're that picky about it. Like, oh, that guy's got a red background.
And vertical versus horizontal too.
Yep.
That's always important
Horizontal
as well.
videos.
Yeah. Little tricks that you learn along the way doing self-tapes.
Yeah. What's your biggest challenge with self-tapes?
For me, it was trying to get that, because my room, it's so difficult. I didn't have that like blank wall. So I had to go. I had a friend tell me, when you're first starting out, you don't have a lot of money. You can't afford to buy the whole thing what is it called? The backdrops, the fancy name. I can't even think of the fancy name.
It's like, you mean like the screen that they pull out? There's so many different versions. Yeah. Some people hang a sheet. Some people got curtains that are the color of it. Yeah.
But no, I had a friend tell me, if you go to Walmart, go to the fabric cloth section, or the cloth section, and find just the blue or gray piece of cloth, and that's what I did, and I hung it up and done.
That's all you need. It's like, it doesn't have to be some fancy studio.
It does not have to be fancy. Yeah, as long as it looks nice behind you, that's all you need.
Mm-hmm. I used to have these big studio lights, like we were in a freaking full-blown
I had that
studio.
too, a ring light.
Now I use a ring light. So it's like this. The camera goes in the middle of it. But back then I had like one big freaking light here, the other one over there, and it was like, and it was like blinding me because it was too big, those lights. And I was like, okay, this isn't working. But the ring light, I think, is way better, and it's smaller.
Oh,
so.
It is smarter, yeah. They're not that expensive, like maybe $20.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, no, they're cheap.
Now the biggest challenge I have is sometimes I can't get a reader, so I'm like.
The reader that for me is a challenge too. That's the harder part.
It's like I'll have to record my voice, reading the other lines, then pause. Then record my voice again. And it's like, I find myself when I'm doing the audition with myself in a pre-recorded voice, it like takes away from whatever my feeling is, because I'm more worried about, am I going to get this line out before the next line comes up on the recorded voice? So, and it's like, it throws you off. So.
Oh yeah. See, that's hard for me too. If you can't find someone, if you're alone, I mean, that's tough.
Yeah.
What do you do?
But I guess it's like worst case scenario, I'll go to that. It's better than nothing, but.
That's true.
It's so distracting. It's like,
yeah, that is really tough.
Yeah, and then I'll have my cat want to answer.
Oh, your cat.
My cat will want to get up in the scene and sit there and look like, no. I'm like,
that's
really?
With me too. So my dog's getting old, and like I'll be doing a self tape, and I'll just hear her, and she's like coughing in the back, and I'm like, oh, I gotta start over. When you're almost done, almost there. But animals, we still love them.
Yeah. That's why, you know what? Ideally, I'm doing the taping at like 2:00 in the morning or something.
Oh, yeah,
the world is quiet. The world's got to be quiet.
The cat's sleeping.
The best take, the dump truck will be driving by, and it's like, well, there goes that take, Oh, yeah. I mean, or the cat, or like in your case, a dog. I'm assuming the dog would be asleep late at night, so that probably helps.
Yeah.
Somebody's outside cutting the grass, and it's like, this is why we do it at 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Vampire life.
Yeah, I am not up at 2 a.m.
I'll drink my Red Bull to do my audition and I'm up all night because I can't go back to sleep. Like,
not me.
But you got to do it. It's like, you know me, I'm a night owl.
Green screen. I have 3 of them. They keep breaking. Green screens.
Yeah.
They're the actual big green screen. Those are expensive.
Yeah. The thing is, you have to have space too. It's like, where are you going to put that?
See, I have no space.
Me neither. I'm like, which is why I have the problem with the cat. Like he'll want to.
What do you have? What's your background?
I've got like a sheet that I put across.
You have a sheet too.
I pin it up. Yeah.
Yeah. See.
But my problem is like my cat will go over and start eating or something. Hear like these little crunchy sounds effects in the background. I'm like, that's not gonna work. I mean, for the most part, like I'm assuming they're not that picky about it, but you never know.
If I can hear it, I'm like, I for sure know they can.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just keep going, and I'm like, you know what? I'm killing this take. I'm just gonna don't mind the dog in the background.
The worst, like the most frustrating thing though is when is your best take.
I know. I'm sorry, I have to submit it. The beginning's good, but the end,
Yeah. Some of those auditions, I was like, they like want you to have 6 pages memorized, and it's doing like a day. What? It's like.
It's tough.
It's a challenging situation sometimes. Yeah.
It's tough too, especially if you're like on set, and sometimes you can't get to them.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are very nice, and if you just tell them, "Hey, I'm on set. I can't do the self tape, but I'll give it to you by tomorrow."
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times, they'll do that for you, but it just depends, on what the production is. Sometimes it's critical, and it's like, yo, we got a tight turnaround, so it doesn't hurt to at least say, "Hey, sorry, I wasn't able to tape, but I can do it the next day if it's still available."
Right.
Yeah, and you're right. Sometimes it works, which is good, but
yeah, it never hurts to ask.
Nope.
Never hurts to ask. So,
but it all comes down to it's all a numbers game, you know.
That's true.
It's like
it's meant for you though.
Not everybody can handle rejection in life in general. So it's like
it's true.
That's the one thing I will tell people. If you're gonna get into acting, like you better be ready to be told no a million times and just on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one.
Yeah. 10 no's, you'll have a yes.
Yeah. Figure if I get one yes out of 100, then I'm doing good. You
Did something right.
Yes. So once again, if anybody has any questions, any comments, this is your Facebook
So this is Facebook
here.
Live, yeah. I guess I could see if anyone wrote into. Let's see.
Right.
Did the live video end? No, it's still going.
Oh, she's got the live going.
Yeah, the live video's still going. This is my first time being on live, so.
And this is our first time hosting a radio show. So this is like, it's cool.
Yeah, it's
Luckily,
fun.
I got Lexi with me, so it makes it easier. I think if I was by myself, I'd be like, how we doing? How's the weather over there?
What city are you in?
You know, what city are you in? Yeah.
Well, that's exciting, though, the motorcycle. That'll be fun. Motorcycle.
I'm excited. I'm really excited for this weekend.
Yeah.
The film that I'm doing in Orlando is going to be really cool. I mean, we've got some great situations, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything.
We don't want to give it away.
Anything, but we've got some great, talented people there, cast and crew, and we've got some great scenes, and I'm very excited for that.
That's awesome.
And I know, it's going to be overnights, basically. So it's going to be team no sleep, then get on a plane and go to Vegas. Yeah. So,
the life you live.
Hey, it's like, you got to get it while it's there because it's not always there. So I just know it's probably going to be cold in Vegas. So Vegas is going to be the biker role. And I filmed in Vegas last year in April, and we were getting snowed on. So I'm going to Vegas. It's going to be very late January, beginning of February. And
Did you look up the weather?
I already know it's going to be cold. There's no way, because we're not going to be in like the city of Las Vegas. We're going to be in like the mountains around it.
Yeah.
And it gets cold.
You're going to be cold. How long are you going for?
4 days. So I'll be back Friday.
Fun.
Yep. I fly out on Sunday. I'll be back, or Monday. I'll be back on Friday. But I'm telling you, it's funny because the last time I went in April, I'm like, oh, it's April. It's probably going to be warm. I'll bring my swimwear. Maybe I'll get to go the day off and go to a pool party. Yeah, right. It was freezing the whole time. I think we had one day that it wasn't like cold, but yeah, it was intense. But that's the thing. I feel like every time you're on a set, you're either too hot or you're too cold. Like, yeah. Have you ever done some of those Disney shoots?
No, the night ones I hear, or they get freezing.
Especially like, a lot of times, like the ones that they'll do here in Florida for like the resorts, they'll like, shoot it in like January, February, so it's ready for the springtime. So you got all these families, all these kids out there, everybody's. And number one, it's usually like 6 a.m., something super early. Number two, I know we're in Florida, but it's still January, February, and it still gets cold. So you'll have like kids out there in flip-flops and like 40-degree weather. People got to get on the lazy river raft rides around the resort. It's like,
well, in Orlando this last weekend I filmed. I mean, it got to, at night it was 35. That's cold for,
It's been a cold week, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was on that motorcycle class, I sat on that thing. It felt like I was sitting on an ice cold cooler. It was like, oh, man.
The things we do.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, my daughter and I have experience with background heifer. Oh, Thursday we're starting acting classes. Very excited. Any advice? Starting acting classes.
Man, I say the best advice is listen to your coach, your teacher, and just, the best coaches are gonna give you feedback and just don't take anything personal, like it's like a director. If a director says, hey, I need you to do it like this instead of like that, and the whole time you were studying the script, you envisioned it to be that way.
Yeah.
The director and the writer, it's their story, it's their vision. So at the end of the day, the number one thing you have to be able to do on any set is take direction. So no matter what you conjured up this character to be in your mind, you have to be flexible and you have to be able to adapt and take direction.
That's true. Acting classes are great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes, they can get expensive. So you just got to find one that is in your budget. But it's never, you always want to keep learning and growing. And that's why I love doing improv. I do a lot of improv dinner shows. And that to me, I'm still learning. I'm still acting. I'm improving. And that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, improv is like, especially with commercial auditions, improv is the most important thing.
Yeah.
All those commercial auditions, it's always improv. So
I love improving. Improving is so fun.
Improv and scene study is key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Also classes, if you can get in a class a lot of times these casting directors, they'll do like a workshop, and that's great because if you can get in front of the actual person that's doing all the castings for all these films, then you develop a face-to-face relationship with them.
And they can remember you.
Yeah.
You know, they'll be like, oh, I think you were great for this.
Yep.
You know, this role or anything that they have in mind. So
yeah, the last Lori Wyman, one of the biggest casting directors in Florida, she had a big, like a workshop. It was a month long in December. That was the last one she did. It was every week for a whole month, and that was awesome. I wish she did more of those. Yeah, but it helped a lot. At the time, I was down there anyway because I was living in Pompano Beach, so it was perfect for me. Pompano Beach to Miami Beach is like an hour.
Was that in person or could you do Zoom?
I think for that particular one, it was in person because this was before the pandemic. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now that pandemic has everybody doing Zoom classes.
Everyone's on Zoom.
Have you done a Zoom class yet?
I have. Yeah.
How's that?
I've done many Zoom. I like it. It's fun when you get everyone in the class, you know, and then everyone's doing either a monologue or you're doing a scene. You know, I think it's fun.
Nice.
I love doing Zooms. I like in-person classes though too.
Yeah, I've never done a Zoom class, so it's like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I feel like in person though is like, I mean, because when I'm on a set, if me and you are casting a film together, we're gonna be in person. So it's like
it's true.
I feel like it would be hard for us to do like a scene that we're gonna be in person for on the camera, you know. So. Yeah.
But it's good rehearsal and it's good practice and you know, being able to go through it.
I feel like it would help you with your auditions because if all the auditions now are on camera,
that's
like
true.
a Zoom situation, then you'll be more comfortable acting that way. So
that's true.
That part I think makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's nothing like being face to face and actually like, you know, if you got a scene where you're gonna be mad and flip a chair, you know, like
that's true. Being
actually
able
flip the chair.
Do it. It's always nice to be in person too, because you get body language. I'm big on body language, you know. You can like feed off of each other on that.
Yeah. Plus, you get up in front of the rest of the class and you perform. I feel like when I'm in front of a crowd, like people watching me, like it makes me like want to do better. It gives me like a kick in the butt because I'm like, I got all these people watching me. I got to get it together.
You want to be good. Let's see. To get to know each other. That's true too. When you're in person, you can talk and you know really get to know the person that you're acting with.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like you definitely understand each other more.
Yeah, that's true.
Face to face versus, hey, here you are, you know.
On Zoom, yeah.
Yeah, especially these people who use a bunch of filters, you know, that don't even look the same. Like that's the day and age we live in.
Yeah. It's good to, I know, but the Zoom classes though, it's nice when you have so many people too in one class because you meet people, you know, and even if someone's in New York or Los Angeles or Georgia. Too,
that part for sure.
Networking.
You can literally like take a class with a coach out in LA and be here. So that part's awesome.
And they know people. And that's how you know, networking is so big.
Yeah, networking is everything. And that's the good thing about classes is because you get to showcase yourself in front of all these other people that are also in the industry.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, that leads to opportunities. It leads to gigs. It leads to auditions. Like, hey, I like how you did that scene in class. I have a character that I'm writing and you would be perfect for it. So I want you to audition for it. And
exactly.
That's why there's a lot of like directors that don't even really act that often, but they do the acting class just so they can find talent.
Mm-hmm. Meet people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works all the way around for everybody.
Yeah.
Acting classes are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you're starting out, you know, being able to learn all the different techniques and methods and.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
That's key. I mean, I remember I was taking classes for a year before I ever booked my first speaking role. So a whole year.
Wow.
Yeah. But, you know.
That's good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
A lot of it's just, you know, getting used to reading from a script and, you know, just making that come off as natural versus like, oh my God, what's my line? What's my line? What's my line? Because then it doesn't come off naturally, you know? So,
exactly.
Most definitely.
Let's see, networking. Yeah, networking is a big plus. Definitely.
And yes, filters are definitely crazy these days. Like, I mean, I don't know how people do it. Like, I'd be embarrassed to even walk in the building if people only knew me from a super filtered situation. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it works. So
you can't really do when you do a self-tape, put a filter on there, huh? Because I mean, you're on a regular.
If you did it from like a Snapchat,
I guess a Snapchat.
Or if you edited it,
yeah,
you took it to the photo editor and be like, hey, we're gonna edit the whole thing.
Can you make me look different?
And then the casting director looks at that and they're like, why does this actor look like a glowworm? Like, that's definitely
it's not a good look.
which goes back to the in-person interviews. It eliminates all that. So
it's true.
I can see why a lot of these casting directors will do the self-tapes, and then if it's a callback, drag the talent in to do it in person, just to be sure, because you never know,
That's true. You don't want to be of the day on the set and everyone shows up and you're like, oh yeah, this is not going to work.
Yeah. And a lot of times these casting directors too, it's like, even if you submit your headshots, they'll still want you to take a selfie.
Yes.
They'll even have you like hold a sign with the date.
Yep. So
they know it's not a super old picture or whatever.
Exactly.
Like the old pictures are fine, but they want to see how you look right now as well.
Yeah.
So
it's true. They could be looking for like a blonde and you could be brunette.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially with girls, if they change their hair a bunch of times.
Girls, it's different. It's harder for us because we can change our hair so quickly. Your hair could be long and the next day I could cut it off, So,
It's the same thing with fitness castings, too. Because so many fitness people, like, most of them need 2 weeks to get ready. And a lot of these commercial auditions, like, hey, I need a guy with a 6-pack like tomorrow. It's like, okay, well, then nobody's going to be as cut up in less than 24 hours. But we got to see what you're working with. So everybody has to submit a super recent picture. Like,
that's true.
You don't have time. Like,
you've done a lot of fitness.
Yeah. And it's always like that. Like, hey, send me a picture of today. What you look like right now? I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Is it usually like, hey, can you be there tomorrow? Or do they give you time?
A lot of times you're lucky if you get a week.
See,
and there's a lot of these fitness people, like all these like muscle and fitness type shoots that you see out there. The guys with the dumbbells, those guys got like a month to get ready for those shoots.
Yeah.
But commercial is a different world. It's not,
true.
It's not super focused on the physique stuff. You're not selling the physique, you're selling a product. So whether it be like a treadmill or like, or some kind of like exercise bike or, any of that stuff.
They're more worried about the product then.
Absolutely.
But you still want to look like someone that looks fit.
Yep. Swimwear is big like that. So
yeah. Swimwear too. Yeah.
So it's just like, you'd be like, hey, here we are. Okay. That's why I'm always in the gym around the clock, because it's like you got to look like your pictures, So
that's true.
If you got a picture that looks like you freaking dieted for 6 months, like that's what they want. So if you're gonna submit that picture, you better back it up.
Yep, which is also true for headshots.
Oh yeah.
Keep your headshots up to date, because if they want, a new headshot.
Yeah, that's one thing I have to do. I have to update
my. If you
have
a beard versus if you don't have a beard. That's big too.
Yeah.
You got to show them both looks.
Yep. That's why a lot of times, like if I have a beard like I have now, I'll do my audition like that. And then I'll put in the submission notes, I will shave if you need me to shave. And then I have my headshots where I'm in clean face as well. So it just depends on what they want.
Oh, so you send them both.
Oh, yeah.
That's smart.
Yep. Because I think the audition has the face, like the scruff, and they'll see the scruff in the audition. So
yeah.
But I show them the clean face as well, because you have to give them options, because you don't know. I mean, as long as you're willing to shave. Not everybody's willing to shave.
That's true.
So I'm like, hey, I'm down. This doesn't take too long to grow back. So if I need it for something else.
How do we know if anyone is called in? I don't even know how to.
I don't know. I thought David would have chimed in by now, but I guess, where's he at? Sundance?
Yes,
Sundance
he did say he was going
Festival.
to Sundance in Utah. So that's exciting. That's very exciting.
So yeah.
Have you been to the Sundance Film Festival?
I have never been.
Yeah, see, I haven't either. I
guess it's pretty big, because I know a lot of people that are there right now.
It's very big. Yeah.
And I guess Cannes really big too, and a lot of people go there. Never been to that one either.
Yeah. No.
I go to the Sunscreen Film Festival a lot of times here.
Yep. That one. Orlando's a big one, OIF. Now Tampa's gotten one too.
They got Gasparilla too. I've never been to Gasparilla's Film Festival.
Oh, I didn't know they had that. Yeah, see, I didn't know about that. When is that one? You know, Mom?
I want to say
Gasparilla is.
I know Sunscreen is like March, April, somewhere in there. I want to say Gasparilla is closer to the summer, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
Don't shoot me if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm just a wild guess off the top of my head.
I know, and then we got Tampa Bay Underground Film Festival.
Yes.
And I live farther down south. So down south we have Fort Myers Film Festival. We have the Bonita Springs Film Festival. So there's always amazing film festivals to submit films to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like living here in Florida, like we're really lucky. Like I know we're not like Hollywood or Atlanta on level of all these big, huge productions and stuff, but we have a great community here, and that's a great thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, we could be living in Nebraska with nothing ever, So
that's true.
I'm very thankful to be, in the entertainment industry in this state, because I mean, Atlanta is just a hop, skip, and a jump away. It's doable, And Miami,
Very
I mean,
true.
that's why I like living in Tampa Bay because, yeah, I got to drive, but that's why I got a Honda Civic. I'll throw 1,000,000 miles on it, no problem.
It's Honda Civic.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that thing's a beast on wheels. You see,
How many miles you got in your car now?
I've got like 230,000 miles on that car.
Still running like a champ.
And I got it in January of 2021. I had 105.
Oh.
So I put serious miles on it. But
Yeah.
living here, like being located here, like Miami's like 4 hours away.
Yep.
Atlanta's like 5.5, 6. So as long as I'm cool to drive 5-6 hours, I can do either one.
Yep.
People are
Yeah.
like, why don't you move to Miami? I'm like, I'm like 10 hours from Atlanta. It's too far. So
it's too far. You're in a good
or
spot.
vice versa.
It's kind of like where I like where I'm at. I'm 2 hours from Miami, 2 hours from Tampa, maybe like 3. Orlando's farther, but
Yeah.
it's a good kind of middle ground. But
And Orlando's another showbiz town, you know?
it
So
is, and it's getting bigger. Orlando and Miami, I feel like but I feel like Tampa's up and rising too.
Yeah.
Feeling a lot of films in St.
especially
Petersburg
since the
and Tampa.
pandemic. Like,
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy. Like the talent pool here in Tampa, like before the pandemic, it's almost like completely different people now since the pandemic. It's so weird.
That's true.
Like so many people that I used to act with in my acting classes before the pandemic, it's like they all like moved, like not all of them, but the majority of them have all moved to like other areas or done other stuff. And like, then it's cool because like post pandemic, like all these new people moved in and got into acting. So it's like, it's cool to see that.
Exciting. Well, a lot of people from California, a lot of people are moving here. New
That's what
York,
it is,
up
yeah.
north, so we're getting new talent down here, which is awesome.
That is awesome.
More friends, more people to, to
especially
film
people
with.
from those types of cities.
Yeah.
That are big film cities,
Yeah.
bringing that kind of background and experience to our state. I'm all about that. I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's awesome.
great. I
Yeah.
love it too. Yep,
Just one thing leads to
support
another.
your locals. That's right.
Absolutely, yes.
It is great to support where you're at,
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah,
Dump on Hollywood.
Remember, film festivals are so important, because it lets, non-union or independent filmmakers be able to show their work at film festivals. So they're very important.
Oh, yes.
Film festivals,
Yeah, and it's great to meet people there too.
Yeah, that's true too.
And it's amazing. I mean, some of that stuff that I see at these film festivals, some of the shorts, like it blows my mind. Like the quality, it's amazing. And we have a lot of talented people here in the state of Florida.
We really do.
Doing this stuff, and it's like I know it's not Hollywood or whatever, but I mean, it's impressive. Like if anybody out there, if you ever get a chance to go to like Tampa Bay Underground Film Festival, any of this OIFs,
Orlando, Tampa,
Yep.
Even Fort Myers Film Festival, a lot of good talent down there too, where I'm at.
Yeah, you should absolutely take advantage and check it out because it's impressive. Like
it is.
I mean, we have so many awesome people in this area, and it's
We
just
really do.
it's cool to see their work, and it's cool. Like every time you do something, it's cool to see. Oh, there's Lexi up on the screen, and then I see that film, and I see you do something else, and it's like
It's fun. It's just fun. I love it.
that's what it's about.
Yeah,
It's like
you have to love being in this industry and doing what you do.
you gotta have fun because if it's not fun, then it's like, why am I doing this?
Why are you
know?
doing it? Exactly.
That's rough. It's like me. I'm not much of a singer, but I have fun there, so that's why I go on Monday nights. Like if I'm not doing the acting thing, I'm gonna get up there and sing in front of people because I like to entertain. So
yeah,
entertainment is entertainment. Even if they think it's entertaining how bad I sing, that's fine.
Yeah.
As long as somebody gets a kick out of it, then it works.
Hulk Hogan. Is he still filming?
I think
Is he still filming?
he's just recently married and he's just living it up.
He's living his best life.
Yeah, and it's cool. I'm gonna give a shout out to him actually because today marks the 40th anniversary of Hulkamania.
Oh, yay.
40 years since that was born. I can't believe it's been 40 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. That's the guy that taught me to say my prayers, eat my vitamins, and hit the gym. So hey.
Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
I filmed a
Team
movie
No
with
Sleeves.
Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell them about your experience.
So I filmed with Hulk Hogan when I was, I think 5 years old, 6 years old. He was in a movie. It was called Santa with Muscles. And yeah, I was a little girl who sat on his lap.
That's so cool.
That movie. It was awesome. A long time ago. And I went because he invited me on a Monday night to go. And I went to ask him if he remembered about filming Santa with Muscles a long time ago. And he did, which was really exciting. And I showed him the picture because I took a snapshot, the picture of me sitting on his lap as a little girl. So it was fun.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
See, that's
so fun.
I'm sure he loves to hear those stories because it's like, I mean, think about the career he's had. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, it's everywhere, you know. And wrestling back then was not like it is now, you know. Those guys
totally
back then were rock stars. They were on the road 300 days a year. I mean, different town every night. I mean, it was like being a circus animal back then. It was now it's nowhere near what it used to be, but it's ironic. I mean, those guys, they were legit tough dudes back in the day. But
how old were you when you started acting? Did you start at
I've been acting about 11, 12 years.
Okay, 11, 12 years. Okay.
But I started modeling like when I was 18. So that's why I got in acting. I got tired of just doing modeling. It's like, this is kind of boring, you know? Like,
they lead really into each other too, modeling and acting.
They do, yep. Yeah, they work together. Any kind of like dance or any kind of hosting, all this stuff. That's why I just say, when people ask what do you do, I just say entertainment industry, because all the stuff that falls under the category.
It's true.
You know? I mean, I might be dressed as Buzz Lightyear. It's for some kid's birthday party, you know? It's like, I mean, it just depends on what it is. You know, I might be on a mic hosting an event, or here we are hosting a radio show. So why not? You know, it's definitely different. You know, because you don't see your audience.
I know, but this is so fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. David's probably pulling out his hair.
I know.
So you guys are killing me, making us look bad. No. We love you, David. We're very thankful for this opportunity. Yes, it's more fun when David's here.
It is fun. Yeah, he has good questions.
Like the last time we had all three of us here, it was we could have gone on for 2 hours.
We really could have.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, we're already out of time. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool though. It's like he's up there in Utah, and I'm sure it's probably cold up there.
Oh, it's probably freezing.
That's what's weird to me. It's like you think they would do it like when it's nicer. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird, huh? I'm so over the cold.
Right.
I'm from Colorado, so growing up in Colorado, I'm like,
Colorado.
I know.
That's cold. I don't do skiing. I've skied once in my life. I'll probably never ski again.
I love to snowboard.
Yeah.
I was a snowboarder. Oh yeah.
Oof, I got too many injuries for that. It's like, no way.
Snowboarding? No, it's so fun though.
Yeah.
So fun.
That's what was ironic about doing the motorcycle training last week. It's like, well, I already got the motorcycle injury, so I might as well get the license now, you know? Like, why not?
Yeah.
Because I've rode before, but I just never did it enough to actually, or be serious about it enough to actually go get a physical license. But I was like, I have 3 biker rules this year. If I don't go get a license now, when am I going to get it?
When are you going to do it?
So I was like, let me commit to this completely and get the license. And, you know, I just like, I'm going around a little bit, you know, so.
And now you're going to do it.
Yeah. I need to get cast as a cowboy now so I can get some serious horseback riding training.
You're going to love it and want a horse. God, I love horses.
You horseback ride?
I do. I got a music video role because I could, you know, horseback ride. I love it. I miss it.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'll own a horse one day. I want a horse, but
horses make me nervous. I don't know why.
Horses. They're just beautiful animals. So beautiful. They're so smart.
They are, yeah. That's the problem. That's why they make me nervous. Like, they're too smart. Like, not only that, they don't like, I mean, I'm assuming if a dog's mad, it growls. If a cat's mad, it hisses. I feel like a horse ain't going to say nothing. It's just going to throw you off. That's it. So it's like, yo, I don't get a warning at least. You know, at least dogs and cats will give you a warning.
It's true. Oh, they want to know what type of bike.
It's going to be a Harley. They didn't actually specify what type. For at least this one in Vegas will be a Harley. And then we've got another biker film that's going to be based in the Tampa Bay area called Ride or Die. That's Rick Danford's involved.
I love Rick. Shout out to Rick.
Shout out to Rick. We love you.
Love you.
That's the last time me and Lexi worked together, actually.
Yeah, on Rick's film.
We were Michael Myers' mother and father.
Yep.
So that was
cool. So fun.
Yeah.
That was cool. A good film.
Yeah.
Halloween fan film.
One little day for me, so it was almost like a little short and sweet cameo for me. But you rocked it though. You came back in the sequel.
I did get to come back. I was like, Rick, bring me back. I missed it. It was so fun.
Everybody did good in that film, both cast and crew. Was great.
Everyone. That was such a good set.
Yeah, so I'm excited to work with Rick again on this motorcycle thing because now I told him, I was like, Rick, look, I got my license now. So originally, you know, he said, well, we're going to see if you're going to be riding or not. But I'm like, in case you want, you know.
Now you have it. It's
ready.
Good. You're ready.
Put me in, coach.
Put me in.
Yeah, so it's
fun.
It's cool because it's like, that's the thing is being an actor. It's like, okay, I know I'm going to need the motorcycle license for these 3 biker rules, but how can I make each biker different? And that's what's going to be fun about it.
Yeah.
So it's not like the same look or the
Reading
same
the script.
Absolutely.
Seeing your personality, you know? That's why I love scripts.
Definitely.
Being able to read through it and be able to see how you can make the character into your own.
And you don't want to be a copy of the last biker you played and the one before that.
Yeah.
You know, even like the way your hair looks or facial hair is going to be a big thing with it. So I don't
Do they want you to have the beard for all 3 films?
No, I'm gonna mix them up. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So maybe like a Wolverine looking thing.
Oh, God.
Maybe a little Hulk Hogan handlebar mustache. Just shave everything. Just leave that. That's the fun part about character creation.
Yeah.
You gotta like put it all together.
Up. I love it.
Between the wardrobe and the facial hair and the hair on your head, if you want to dye it, whatever,
That's true.
So it doesn't look the
It's always
same.
fun being able to play someone completely different.
Yeah. That's what acting's all about.
I love it. That's why I love acting.
Yep. It's always fun when you can do things on camera that you would never be able to do in real life. I feel like that's the cool part about acting. It's
God,
like
I love it.
I don't want to be somebody's soccer dad. I don't want to be somebody's husband on the couch. Like, give me something cool to do, Like,
what's one of your favorite roles that you played?
Favorite roles, I would say, anytime I'm like in a conflict, like a physical conflict, maybe it'd be cool.
You like that?
Yeah, just like high stakes.
Yeah.
We could say action. Just that narrows it all down.
Yeah.
How about you?
I've played a couple like head, like mob boss, like head honcho, hard ass chick. Those, I love that. Those are fun.
Because like whatever's going to be the opposite of whatever in real life, like that's what it's about.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
I got to play one of those recently, and that was a good time,
That is a good time.
You like that.
We gotta get you the Jedi role, though. The Star Wars Jedi role.
So I did get to film a Star Wars fan film, which was awesome, called Kestis, and we just had its movie premiere on Sunday night in Sarasota, and that went really well.
Nice. Now is this like based on that video game, the Jedi Survivor thing?
A little bit, yeah. So
I know his name was Cal Kestis.
Kestis, yeah.
So I don't know if it's the same guy.
It was, yeah. Yeah. So I saw that movie premiere. So that was amazing. So good.
That's cool.
Anything Star Wars.
Yeah.
Anything Star Wars. You love Star Wars too.
Absolutely.
Just as much as me.
I think it'd be cool to be like a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Something like Mandalorian, something like that would be really cool.
Oh my God. I love it. This year. Got to figure out, Zach.
Coming up. Hey, we have to fly out to England, Australia. Where we got to go? Put us in. She's ready.
We're ready. I'll fly there.
She's been campaigning it, so you're definitely ready.
I know. It'd be awesome. I'll be anybody. Put me in a stormtrooper outfit.
Put me at the bar, the cantina. I'll bring my cat. He looks like a little alien, Sit him up there with a cup. Why not?
I think they're filming in Europe.
Yeah, I believe it.
In April. I think it's Europe. I'm pretty sure. I read somewhere.
Because I know the prequels was like, what, New Zealand? Like down there somewhere? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so.
It's tough. They're running out of locations here on Earth that look exotic enough. Like, so it gets to the point where it's like going to be 100% studio, just like, boom.
What was your favorite film to film? Oh, that's tough. That's hard. Every film is amazing to film. For me, I think I got to film a movie in New York, and it was my first time ever being able to go to New York. So for me, that was a really cool experience, being able to fly somewhere to film, in a new place that I've never been. So that movie, The Void, amazing horror movie. Love filming my horror films. And
yeah, I agree. I feel like anytime they ask you to travel somewhere, it's like a compliment. It's like, oh, you want me to go? Instead of taking people that are local to you, you want me to come in from over here?
It's amazing. So that, that was really fun.
That's cool.
What about you?
Me, that's tough. I would say, man, I don't know. We got a 2-minute warning. All right, I got 2 minutes to figure this out. Let's see. I don't know, because I grew up a huge wrestling fan, so I mean I can say Baywatch because I got to work with The Rock,
you got to be on Baywatch.
I didn't have any lines in Baywatch, so would I really say
just
Baywatch?
Being on set,
That was really cool. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's like there's been I've been blessed to do a lot of cool ones.
Roles,
I'd say I did this horror film out in Arizona, and they had some amazing special effects. Like I had all kinds of prosthetics on my eyes.
That's fun when you get to do the prosthetic stuff too,
Yeah. So I would say maybe it would be that film.
Horror films. Horror films are fun.
Yeah.
It's, it's just, I don't know, scary, and horror films are coming more, like people want them.
Yeah. I feel like, because, you got whole conventions that are all based on horror, like Spooky Empire Con, all that stuff. So there's a huge following with anything that's gore, anything that's horror related, like huge following.
That's so true.
I feel like, I mean, why wouldn't you want to do horror? Because there's gonna be eyes all over it. Why not?
That's so true.
Yeah,
it's always fun.
Horror is fun.
It's for me. I'm such a wuss. It's so hard for me to watch a scary movie because I get so scared so easily. But I love acting in them.
Here you are in the middle.
I love it because it's like I know who's gonna scare me. I know who's so I love it.
And we are out of time. Apparently, I heard the music. So
I hear it too. But thank you for hanging out with us. And David will be back next week.
Yep, you'll be back. So you'll be back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, but thanks for letting us, David, coming on and hanging out. And it was fun.
Yes, thank you guys so much, all the listeners. And we will see you soon.
Yes.
Becoming an actor.